अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मैंने रिसर्च पेपर प्रेजेंट किया था यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ पेशावर में क्रिमिनोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट में, टेक्नोलॉजी एंड द जस्टिस सेक्टर। इस उम्मीद से लगा रहा हूँ कि शायद किसी को फ़ायदा हो।
And the most motivated. Thank you very much to the Department of Criminology and all its organizers for organizing this function and this event. And believe me, the think tanks that develop as a result are of great help not only to the government but also to the state in its functions. My topic today is technology and the justice sector. This topic has always been very close to my heart, and I belong to one of those people who have seen transformation of the government functions or the courts from manual work to typewriters, and then from typewriters to computers. So today because our time is about 10 minutes, I presume, and therefore I'll try to be as brief as possible. And we examine how the integration of technology in the Pakistan justice sector is a must if we have to progress and progress in the right direction. And we see what we have done so far. By we, I would mean the judiciary in KPK, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. So my brothers and sisters from the other provinces can always ask for the details. I'm available. And we'll also see what are the preliminary results of all those things that have taken place. And these things are not based on hypothesis. This is a practical example of what we have been doing in the service. By the way, I am a judge by profession, and I retired as registrar of the Peshawar High Court. So as I was saying, that we have seen the transformation from the typewriters, because in good old days when we did not have even typewriters, we used to write by hand. You know, everything from order sheet to cause list. I hope you understand what cause list is. So cause list, from everything we used to write by hand. Then came typewriters, and then the evidence was used in typewriting. The cause list was still written by hand. So all these things not only took time but also were very confusing sometimes, because some people can have very good handwriting as mine, because sometimes even I don't understand what I've written in Urdu. So it was difficult for people to understand. And then we developed this, when the computers came, we developed this skill of computerized files. How that was done, now that's a lengthy process, but to cut it very short, we developed computer numbers. We gave files computer numbers, so it was very easy to track. And if you have 1,000 files, it was very easy to track. Now, you know the next please. You know the basic problem that we have in the judiciary. You know, they say that justice delayed is justice denied. And you know that you have to pass through many tests. I would not elaborate what tests, you know what I mean. You have to pass various tests while opening a front in the courts, right? There is a lawyer you have to hire, and then there is a person which you have to go and talk to, everyone. So there is a visible lack of transparency. If you go for a copy, you have to wait for 2 days. Your 2 days is very lucky. That was before what we did. Now, all these decisions which cause delay led to inefficiency, and therefore people do not trust. That is the reason that the biggest test is when the people of Pakistan have trust in a particular institution and they know it can deliver. Now, what we did was to involve technology in the justice sector, and by that we established a data analysis wing. Data analysis wing was a bunch of people who collected real-time data from the courts. You know, there's a system of transformation from the field. People of my uniformed, my brothers would understand that more than others. From the field, the data is collected and sent to a central office. And in this case, that was the data analysis wing in the Peshawar High Court. And that data analysis wing was already connected through the case flow management information system. That is the CFMIS. That CFMIS means that all the proceedings that are taken place, that have taken place, would be in the digital form, so that all that digital copy can be easily sent to the other party and to the other courts as well. So that resulted in expeditious disposal of cases, not only expeditious disposal of cases, but to cut down the inefficiency. You know, the problem in the system is, every system, I'm not talking about judiciary alone, every system, the problem is that we have inefficient people sitting in places. Second, we have people exercise discretion, which is not in favor of the system, which is not efficient. And that is why we thought to minimize that discretion from the system and hand it over to the technology. For example, what we did was we created all the courts in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa through the help of video conferencing, or we call it remote points. Like, person sitting in Dera Ismail Khan can argue his case in Peshawar. So that obviously कुछ वकीलों साहिबान का कुछ रिस्क तो खराब हुआ उससे बहुत ज़्यादा, मगर उससे फ़ायदा ये हुआ कि people cost reduction, बहुत ज़्यादा cost reduction इस प्रोसेस से हुई कि we had virtual high court benches in Mardan and Kohat. That practically meant that you can argue your case in the High Court sitting from those places. And since then it has been increased to 7. I'm talking about Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Now then we analyzed that what is the traffic daily in the Peshawar High Court, human traffic. How many people come in the Peshawar High Court daily? So it came to be about 5,000 to 7,000 people daily. And then we analyzed what can we do to reduce that traffic? Because the more the traffic is, the more is the exercise of discretion. Human element, what we call. Human element, because human element means, problems for people. The more human element, the more is the money. So we wanted to reduce that. So what we did was to study, and we came to know that about 75% of the people come for very menial things to the High Court. Menial things, what is the next date of hearing, what was the order sheet, what was the bench. So what we created was an E-kiosk. E-kiosk was a type of it's a simple mobile system with a big screen, and everybody could come and see his next date of hearing, his past date of hearing, what was the order sheets, what was the bench, who is the counsel, who is the opposite counsel. So very one machine, then it increased to 3 because it was received very well by the lawyers and by the public, because it saved them time, it saved them money, and it saved them the trouble of coming to the High Court again and again for a very small purpose. And then this was inaugurated by the then Chief Justice of Pakistan, Supreme Court of Pakistan, and he requested us to replicate it in the Supreme Court and which we did. We call this system as E-kiosk. And the result was that from 5,000, this traffic was reduced to about 2,000 per day. And because of the virtual codes, the expenses and the use of paper was reduced to half. So, thank you. Another thing which was digitization of record, because we had limited space and we wanted to, so we digitized the entire system. Thank you very much for listening to me very carefully. I'm open to questions if there are any. Ji, please.
सर आपकी टेक्नोलॉजी और जस्टिस की बात की है तो AI को हम जस्टिस में किस तरह यूज कर सकते हैं क्योंकि AI is a growing technology in the current era.
Thank you very much, beta. आपको जो मैंने, I wish I had more time, but this data analysis wing that we created, that was a bunch of people, judicial officers, plus computer experts, plus people from the field, judicial officers from the field, and they collected data and that a projection was made through AI. Policies, presumptive policies based on the data were first passed through the artificial intelligence and then handed over to the concerned authority for decision. So that is already being done, beta. We are trying, inshallah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the nice presentation.